What's going on, everyone, and big welcome to you all to our channel. We are Team Crushing the Meta, and as most of you guys already know, you're here with D-Boy, and I do specialize in spike brothers, making decks, topping with them, and just creating some crazy combos. So, for you guys who wanted to know more about spike brothers, then you're in for a treat. If you are a big spike brother fan, or you want to pick the clan up, then this is the kind of series that you want to watch.
Crushing the meta!
Alright, so let's kick this off with the first episode of this series. In this episode we will talk about the destructive roar and the card reveals for Spike Brothers and Spike Brothers only. If you want to see these kind of videos for different clans, tell us and we'll try to cover that as well. Something that's very interesting about this booster box is that of course every clan will get 22 cards, being 1 VR or SVR, 2 triple rares, 3 double rares, 6 rares and 11 commons. And that is something that would lead us to the conclusion. For now, we had 3 different kind of support from Bushiroad for standard. We have the trial decks, we have normal booster boxes, and we have the extra booster boxes. And for clans like Kagero and Royals, they got support in the first 2 things that we have got, like the trial deck and the normal booster box. And in the trial decks they got 14 different cards, and in the booster box they got 16 different cards, and that would leave them with a total of 30 cards. We're not talking about promos, imaginary rares, or original rares or anything. We're just talking about different kind of cards that they got in the 2 sets, exclusive the promos. So for Novas and Oracle Think Tank, they got only cards in the booster box, and that would mean that they have only 26 cards. For Toshikaze make only Spikes, as I said before, they got 22 cards. This is interesting because Bushiroad took a different approach. They didn't give Kagero Royals extra triggers in the booster box because they already got that in the trial deck, and also they gave them less cards, like 16 cards, while clans like Nova and Oracle Think Tank got more. So I'm very happy that they did this, but still, as you can see, Kagero Royals have a lead of 9 or 8 cards, depend on if you count the promos or not, but they have a lead on Tochikaze Meiko and Spike Brothers, like 8 cards. That's a huge difference. Also, each clan got about 5 grade 3s. This is also very interesting to see, and each clan got 1 heal, 2 crits and 2 draws, being one of the draw the Vanguard, and every clan got these 5 triggers. But clans like Nova Grapplers, which also have the front trigger, got 2 extra triggers. So you have 2 different fronts, 2 different crits and 2 different draws, and that's very nice that each clan got that. So let's just start with the card reveals. Of course, we're talking about the art and the flavor text, the skill in general, and then how good it is in standard and how good it is in premium. And the first card reveal that we have is Funky Bazooka. I do love the art a lot, and the flavor text is also pretty nice. Buster Gate, locking on complete. It's like he's just ready to fire up, and the art that they took is more of an approach that they did with Rising Nova. Or Rising in general, or when the G era for Spike Brothers came out, and it's a bit different than the art before, but I do like it a lot. I'm very happy that Bushiroad did this, and I think that they are doing a great job on the art of Spike Brothers, and this is one of the reasons why I like to play this clan, is because I think that the art is just amazing. The skill, on the other hand, is a bit different than we thought that this clan could get. Why? Because he's getting power when you place something in the same column as him, but he himself doesn't restand or do stuff or call stuff. That would mean that you could just keep him up for the last attack, and the last attack could get very powerful. Whenever you place a rearguard in the same column as him, you get the extra 5k, as I said. How good this is in standard, I will tell you later when the other card reveals so we can't say that yet. In premium, I don't really see this card get played. He doesn't have the Dudley name, so he can't be played in Dudleys, which is, I think, if this card got the Dudley name, then it could be a 3 or 4 off in Dudley deck because it's really good. The power is amazing. but in Rising or even in Bad and Dragger, I definitely don't see this card get played. And also, I just don't want to say how good the card is in Standard, as I said, until we have everything. Next card that we have got is Fierce Leader Zachary. Fierce Leader Zachary, the art is just amazing. It's way better than the art that we had before, and the flavor text is, of course, the remaining time doesn't matter, just attack. It's just like he just wants to score. He really don't give a fuck about the time and everything around him. The skill, on the other hand, is a bit interesting. Also, as you can see, that Fierce Leader Zachary had only 8k as of attack, while before he had 9k, so this is very interesting. He only had 5k shield, which is also very interesting because normally the new cards have more shield or more attack than the older cards. But I do like the art way better than the older one. I just didn't like the older one. You see him holding the ball the right way, and also he still has his weapon in his hand, but I think he looks way more badass. And the skill, when this unit is placed from hand, that's very interesting. Counterblast, which is the cost. Look at the top card of your deck, call it to a Vanguard circle, and at the end of turn put that unit into your soul. The thing is, putting the unit into your soul while calling it, that's something very interesting. Tomorrow Pale Moon skill, but being able to do that, that would mean that you do need to fill up your soul. Also, you're not minusing yourself in this case, but you're also not really plussing. You're getting an extra attack, and that's it. And the only way that you could get this off is when he's placed from hand. So you could play this in Rising. You could play this in Hill R8 deck and place them from hand with like Fake Bomber, then you could still counterblast one and get the +1. But you could also do the same with like Axe Diver, which also costs you a counterblast 1. That's in Premium. In Standard, I don't know yet how good this card is. If the counterblast is not heavy, normally Spikes doesn't really use a lot of counterblasters, especially in the early days, but we will wait and see how good this card is in Standard. Next card that we have is Wonder Boy. I'm very happy that we see this card back. It was one of my favorite cards and I played it a lot. It was just an 8k vanilla, but still it was very good. The art is really nice. I do like it, especially looking at the older art. He looks a little bit older, but still I do like it. The way that he's running, you still see the electricity behind him, so that's pretty cool. We don't have the flavor text yet. We'll wait and see how what that could be. And then the skill, which is pretty cool. When placed, continuous, put a card other than a grade 1 from the drop zone to the bottom of your deck, and he gets in 5k power until the end of turn, of course. So he could put even triggers back, he could put a lot of things back, a lot of things that you want to recycle, but he can't put himself or any other grade 1. He's being an 8k, still pretty cool, and getting the extra 10k is also nice. This is one of the cards that I could still see even played in Premium, especially if we have more space in our grade 1, because we could play the draw PGs. So we will wait and see if this was one of the cards that will also get played in Premium. His second skill, on the other hand, is a bit scary actually, because at the beginning of your main phase, you pay the cost, which is putting this card into your soul. You search your deck for up to one Wonder Boy, call it to Vanguard circle, and shuffle your deck. So we have seen this with Zachary's and we see this with Wonder Boy. These cards doesn't require you to call into an open Vanguard circle. That would mean that maybe we should have finally gave up on that. And now with Spikes you can call just to Vanguard circle. That would mean that this will open up a whole different combo for us, and in this situation we could even call more. On the other hand, you are putting cards back to your deck and you are getting units out of your deck into your soul. So you're filling up your soul, you are just searching through your deck and getting the right cards out, so you have more luck to trigger a drive check or even a damage check. But also at the same time, why Spike Brothers, before the history of Spike Brothers, they didn't put cards from the drop zone back to the deck, and now they could, and that's pretty good, because when you lose your good combo pieces, you couldn't do a lot. But now with cards like these, we do still have the chance to put cards from the drop zone back to your deck. So I think this is one of the cards that would be played maybe at 3 or at 4 in standard, we will see, but I think this is one of the cards that would definitely get played a lot. Next card is another card that we have seen before, High Speed Bracky. This is one of my favorite cards all time. And why? Because of the art. Look at the older art, look at the new art. The new art is also just amazing. You see the field behind him, which you couldn't see back there. You still see him running, which got the name The Flash because he's so fast. The 10k is just pretty cool, and that would make him one of the cards that also could be played in premium. On place, this card gets an extra 10k. That is just great. It doesn't have charge, of course, so it is not that effective with Frog Raider, but still, on place, even in the early game, he is a 20k attacker, and he doesn't leave the field, so he just stays there, and he's 10k. And then at the beginning of your main phase, you pay the cost, which is putting him into your soul again, and you search your deck for another copy, and you call it to Vanguard Circle. Well, as I said, this is just amazing. I mean, how good is this card? Well, it's pretty cool. I think that this is also would be a 3-off or a 4-off. He recycles himself going into the soul, so that would mean that the boss monster of this deck could call from soul or soul glass to call. We will wait and see. But yeah, this is just one of the cards that is really good. I'm very happy with this card, and I'm very happy with the approach that Bushiroad took. So now we don't minus ourselves anymore, and we don't have to call to an open Vanguard Circle, and you see that we are filling up the soul. So yeah, it's a triple win situation actually. Also, the power is just too good. And now we come to Juggernaut Maximum. So this is the first triple R that we have got. Remember guys that we will only get 2 triple Rs, so we will wait and see what the second one could be, but I have an idea which I will tell you later. So Juggernaut Maximum, of course the art, I do like the old art more. I think that he looks way more scary in the old art. You could still see the field behind him, so I didn't mind the old art, but the new art, he looks a little bit more cartoonish, I would say, which would make him less serious. I don't know. He also holds a ball in his hand, while actually everything that he does is just tackling and defense. As you can see, I will crush you all. Defensive tackle. Well, dudes, I know that you will. Is the only thing that you could do is just smash and crush and destroy. His skill when placed, of course he doesn't have any shield and his power at 13. Also he has the force marker, which is just interesting. This would mean that this is one of the cards that could see plays in premium, because he has the force marker. So whenever you ride him, you can give to one of your Vanguard Circle the extra 10k, and that would stay for the whole game. So when placed, you get an extra 10k. That would mean even on Vanguard, whenever you place this card, you get an extra 10k, which would mean that he is a 23 attacker by himself already without the force marker. Normally, if you have the force marker, this would be just the 33 attacker, which is just insanely good. At the beginning of your main phase, you pay the cost, which is putting him into your soul. You search your deck for up to 1 Juggernaut and call it to Vanguard Circle and shuffle your deck. Well, that he goes away in the main phase, going to your soul, and you just call another one, giving him more power. This would mean that this could be the card that could get played at maybe 3 or 4 off, depending on the other great race that we will get. How good is this in premium? Well, if you can afford playing 3 copies of him in premium, this could be pretty good. Also, just having the force marker is very nice. But we will wait and see. He has the 13k body, and of course a force marker, and that's sometimes even enough for the Spike players to play him. Of course he doesn't have Rising in his card name, so you can't really play him in the Rising deck or ride him, but you can definitely call him as a Vanguard. Next card that we get is the new Grade 2. So this is more of a defensive card, as you can see from this skill, but first let's talk about the art. Of course the 5k shield and the 9k power is nice. He didn't get more shield, which that was something that I expected from a defensive card, but he has this skill which is during the battle, when your grade 3 is attacked, you get an extra 10k. So this is 10k shield. So this is a 15k shield. I think that this is okay. I do love the art a lot. I love the wings, the colors that they have on this card, and just him flying like that is just amazing. But I don't think that this card could get played in premium, and I also don't think that this card could get played in standard. He could be a very good interceptor, but I think that this card should have been a 20k shield to be able to get played. So he himself had to have like the 10k shield, and then whenever you guard with him and you're going to attack, you get the extra 10k. That would be way better, but now he's just a 15k shield, which is the same amount of shield that a normal trigger has, like the critical trigger. So this is definitely nothing special, but the art on the other hand is just special. I really think that this is one of the arts that should have got another different skill, because I do like the art a lot and I do want to play him, but I don't think that he will get played. Maybe a one-off. Also, this is something very interesting. I thought that he looks a lot like Hivemaker. He has the wings, the hairstyle is a bit the same, and also he is covering up one of his eyes. We can see the color of his skin is the same, the face is a little bit the same. The only different thing that both of them have is actually the eyes. Their eyes is a bit different, but all other stuff are almost the same. So I'm very happy that as I said before, that they took more of the G era art of Spike Brothers into consideration when they made this new art. Next thing that we have is the new commander, or command, frontline command. I don't really want to read their names up yet because I don't know how this card could get pronounced, so I will wait until we have more information. There is no flavor text, but the art again is just way too good. I mean, look at him standing there holding the ball, two balls actually, or maybe a ball and something else on the other hand, I don't know. But the colors on this card, also he's another 13k. He doesn't have the force marker, but he has a very interesting skill as a Vanguard. So at the beginning of your main phase, you pay the cost, which is putting this unit into your soul. Again, you're filling up your soul and you're making open Vanguard circles for yourself. Put a card from the drop zone on the bottom of your deck. You draw a card and you countercharge one. So he recycles a card, he puts himself away, you draw a card and you countercharge one. Damn. This is pretty good. The 13k with a 7k behind him will not hit the 21 column, but still I think that this is pretty amazing. How good is this in standard? We will wait and see, because he doesn't have the force marker, but how good is this in premium? It's actually pretty nice. I know that his skill activates at the beginning of your main phase and not at the end of your turn, but still I think that this is pretty good skill. I don't know if this card could get played in Rising. I don't really see myself play him because he's at the beginning of your main phase, and while having Star as your main grade 3 or even Nova, you can't really afford keeping so many Vanguards on the field, especially in the format that we play right now. So I think it's a pretty good skill and I think the art is amazing, but I don't think that this card could get played because there are another better Spike Brother grade 3s, and I think that we will get better because this card is just a common. But the art resemblance that we have got between this card and Nova or Star or even Supernova is just amazing. I mean, The only different things that these cards have is actually the horns, and that could mean that this could be an older brother of Nova or his father or anything, but I do hope that we will get a better lore on this card, because I think that he looks a lot like Nova himself. The color of the eyes is also a bit different, because he has, I think, I can't really see it quite well, but I think he has the blue or green and red eyes, like the devil eyes, while Nova has just normal green or blue eyes. So I will wait and see. I hope that we get some kind of lore for this card, because it does look a lot like Nova. And as I said, again, they are taking the let's say the right direction for making the art of Spike Brothers. I'm very happy with that. Also, something for fun that I saw on Facebook, it is not made by us, so it's not from Crushing the Meta, but I saw it and I thought, why not to show it to you guys. It's really nice. We can see Morikawa's face on the new card, and I'm really excited to see how Morikawa would play and when he play with Spikes, because in the episode that we will get, he will be playing Royal Paladin, which is just great. But Morikawa was always like this, so we really can't expect a lot from him. Something that I also want to talk about is, of course, the VR. We already know that General Siegfried will be the VR for us, or SVR, but we don't know his skill yet. We have seen the art, which is pretty nice. It's, I would say, better than the older art. It has more color in it, and you can just see him wanting to attack. And we will not get an original rare, I think, for Spikes, but we will get an SVR. The new card's effects, we don't know that yet. The older card effect, if you don't know, is whenever he drive checks a grade 3, you may call it to an open regular circle, and then when he gets boosted by Spike Brother, he get an extra 3k. Of course, the new card will be at 13k base. With the force marker, we will definitely get that. And then on attack, I think his skill will be something like on attack, call, and then from hand, from field, like bind and calling, or even from deck, or maybe from your drive check. Or I think that it could also be something like on attack, Soul Blast amount of cards, I don't know, maybe 3 or maybe even 4, maybe less. So let's say he attacks, you Soul Blast 2 or 3, and then you could call those units that you Soul Blast to the field. Something like that. I could also expect that, because you'll be emptying up your soul, and that would mean that you do need to fill up your soul again to be able to get more attacks from him. But yeah, I think that could also be something like Soul Blasting all of your stuff and calling them back, or even Soul Blasting and calling from your deck the same card names. I don't know. I will just wait and see how good this card actually will get. Another things that is very interesting is that would he call only grade 2 or greater, or would he call only grade 3s, and does he needs to call on open regular circles, or he just could call on the top of another units, because as you can see, Braki and Juggernaut doesn't leave the field until the main phase. So I don't know. And does also he get power from boosting as he did before, or does he give power to the other Regards? This could be very interesting, so I will wait and see how good this card could get. Another card that I think that will get revealed is, of course, the triggers. As I said before, we will get 5 triggers and 5 grade 3s, I think. In my opinion, as you can see from the list on the right side, you can see the cards that we will get right here, and on the other side you can see the cards that we will still get. So 1 VR, and I think that will be General Siegfried. So, and then we have only 1 triple rare left, and I think that that's the Skydiver. So we will get the Skydiver with maybe a Vanguard skill and a Rearguard skill. We will see. I hope so, because Juggernaut only has a good Rearguard skill, and you can't really have him as a Vanguard, or actually you don't really want to have him as Vanguard. And then of course the triggers, as I said before, we will definitely get Tiara as in our heal, the Sonic Breaker and Silent Joker I think will be the crits, and then I think Cheerful Linux and DPG will be the draws. So I think so, I don't know yet, but I think that Merlin and Linux will be the new draw triggers for this deck, and that would leave us with something else, which will be the Great One Perfect Guard. And I think that is the Grade 0 that we have right here. I think this would be the Perfect Guard, but that would mean that they would have to change the skill or the grade. So her skill is was before, whenever you guard with her, she was a Grade 0, she goes into the soul. It's one of the oldest cards for Spike Bros, I think even from set 1. I don't really remember her name, but I think like something red something melee or something like that, but I think that she would be the Perfect Guard. I don't know yet. I think that we will see Dudley Dan, definitely we will see Dudley Dan, and we could also see our Mega Trainer back as just a normal on-ride draw. We will see Black Panther again, and I hope that we will see Devil Summoner, but I don't know yet, because we didn't get these kind of skills for the other clans. Maybe we will see him, but another kind of skill. Also, Zachary's had almost the same skill, so I don't know if you will see Devil Summoner, but these are the cards that I hope to see. I actually I'm very interested in what card will the Perfect Guard be, and what's the skill of Dudley Dan if we will get him, and if our starter would still be the Mega Trainer, or Mega Trainer will be coming back in another skill. And the most interesting part is what's the second Grade 3 that we will get, and is that the triple rare? Is Skydiver really the triple rare, or is it another Grade 2 that will be the triple rare? I don't know, but let's wait and see. So thanks guys for watching. This was the first part for me doing the card reveals on Spike Bros. Tell me what you like about this video, and tell me what you doesn't like, and tell me what you want to see next, because when we will get more card reveals I will do another video for you guys. Of course, don't forget to go to our Facebook group, check everything that we put right there, because we give you the chance to choose between which topic you want to see next. And of course, if you didn't go to our YouTube channel yet, go there, subscribe to our channel, and click the notification button, because you can, when you click on that, you can see or get a notification whenever we post a video, and then you will be updated. So stay tuned for more Crushing the Meta, and till next time.
Crushing the meta.